Hi everyone, welcome to the webinar by iSchoolConnect. The topic of today is the secret to scholarships, and we have over here with us Supriya Mohanty. So I'll just go forward, give a brief introduction about you, Supriya. So Supriya has been in the overseas education industry for 12 plus years now. She has counseled above 2,000 plus students, and her country of expertise is USA. Her top three universities include Harvard, MIT, and Stanford University. We welcome you, Supriya, and I hope the students have a wonderful session with you. You may take on.
Thanks, Pooja. Hi, a very good evening to all of you present here. So I'm sure all of you are just keenly waiting for me to start this session because scholarship has always been a very interesting topic, especially for students who are planning their higher studies abroad. Okay, so without wasting much time, I will now share my screen with you and I'll just start my presentation now. All right. So I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, Supriya, perfect.
Yeah. So just to reiterate what Pooja said, today's topic is the secrets to getting scholarship. Okay. So basically what I'm going to discuss is the types of scholarships and what are the factors to be taken into consideration when you are applying for scholarships, and how do you find the right kind of scholarship, and what are the ways of winning a scholarship. And of course, it is very important to know about your chances of getting a scholarship. And where does iSchoolConnect come into the picture to help you all in bagging a scholarship? All right. But at the same time, my discussion about this particular topic is going to be very, very realistic, because we don't want to raise your expectations very high and not being able to deliver, because scholarship is something which is considered on it's on a very subjective basis. Okay, so it all depends on the individual who's applying for scholarship. What we can best do is give you the ideas, the suggestions, and streamline the process for you as to how to get a scholarship. All right. Now, just we would like to know what are the countries that those of you who are present here today, quickly, can we just understand what are the countries you are looking at for your higher studies? So you can yes. So the countries like would be US, UK, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. These are some of the countries. So what are your preferred countries? Let's get some quick inputs on this. Yes, so we have got some responses here. I can see a lot of students now wanting to go to US, UK. I think UK and Canada, I can see highest number of responses for UK and Canada, followed by US. And Germany also, I can see some of the students are looking at Germany. All right. Australia and New Zealand are also good countries now to consider, from the scholarship perspective, from various perspectives, So if you haven't given it a thought, maybe you should give a thought to Australia also, because it's a very big study destination. In fact, now it's considered second, or I would say third, in terms of positioning when it comes to popularity as well as the quality of education and the opportunities thereafter. Okay, now coming back to our main topic today, when you are deciding to go for higher studies abroad, the first and foremost thing that comes to your mind is, how do I finance my studies, right? Because that's the most important factor that you, as well as your parents who are going to sponsor you or encourage you in this journey of higher studies abroad, are definitely going to think, do I have the finance to study abroad? This is the question uppermost in your mind. And when it comes to different avenues for arranging finance, scholarship is something that each and every student would give a thought to. And in fact, nothing like getting a scholarship, isn't it? So we can first talk about what are the different avenues. First and foremost, it is your family savings. All right. So you may come from different income backgrounds, and some of you might have enough funds, family funds, in terms of deposits in your savings account or fixed deposits or your investments in various uh, financial tools like mutual funds, etc. Okay. So which parents have diligently saved over the years for your higher education abroad. Then there is also something called bank loans. Okay. Now, there are a lot of uh, financial organizations, as well as the nationalized as well as private banks, which are ready to fund your education. So education loan is actually the most preferred way of financing your studies, because over the years, what we have seen is, even if your parents have the funds, so putting all that money into your education at one go sometimes can disrupt the financial arrangements for other options that they have in mind. So, but at the same time, it's like a security. If you have enough family funds, it is also a security against the loan. Even your assets like your property and all that, these are all certain assets which you can mortgage and avail an education loan, right? Then comes your work. So, some of you as students, you might have worked for 3-4 years here before planning your, let's say, master's or your MBA program abroad, and you might have had your savings. Besides, in all these countries that we were just voting for, you have an option of doing part-time jobs as per the country's immigration rules. Basically, it is 20 hours a week, during your academic session. And then certain countries allow you to do internships, co-ops, which are paid options, and which would help you take care of your expenses to a certain extent. And then it is scholarship. Okay. There is something I would like to stress here regarding scholarship. So you cannot just expect to get complete scholarship or funding from a university while applying. Okay. So you should have the other options also as a backup. And most of the time, the scholarships offered by universities across countries that we just discussed now, they are different. There is a range. Okay. So it could be like, let's say, the country like UK, all right, for a master's program or even for undergrad, they start off with a scholarship as low as £1,500, and it can go up to max 5,000, but certain high-end schools may even end up giving you a 10,000 GBP scholarship, provided your profile is something outstanding. And among the countries that we discussed now, or we took a poll now, the most scholarship-friendly country is, of course, USA. Now, there are some reasons behind this. Primarily, US has the largest number of universities in the world. So universities alone, I think, is up to around 4,500 in number. So out of which the top 135 universities are considered as, are actually designated as tier 1 universities, because they are research universities. So they have huge funding, and they pass it on to students in the form of scholarships, as well as other modes of assistantships, like graduate assistantships, research assistantships, teaching assistantships. Okay, so as a country, it's very scholarship friendly. And the other countries, what they offer you is, like, as I said, like it could be in the range of 10 to max 50% also, as long as if your profile is simply outstanding, right? So these are certain aspects that you should understand about scholarship. All right. Now, the different types of scholarships. So who are the students who actually become eligible for a scholarship? The first category is, of course, merit-based scholarships. So for which there are different factors taken into consideration. That is your academics, your other, even your work experience, in case you already have something, your internship experience. There are different factors. And the country, why I said US as a country is most scholarship friendly, because they don't give importance only to academics. Okay, they do a holistic review of your profile. So in case you are a little low on acads, but you have a strong profile when it comes to some sport, okay, or you have strong work experience, internship experience, or even research experience at your undergraduate level here. You have published some papers, worked with professors on different projects, all that. So those are the factors. Or you have done something innovative and also studied beyond your curriculum, like done a lot of online certification courses. So these are certain factors which actually make you eligible for merit-based scholarships. All right. Then coming to need-based scholarships. This is something, which again, as a country, US is known to offer need-based scholarships. But at the same time, they really want to see what is your level of need. So for which, when you are applying for these kind of scholarships, they want to see the proper proof of your family's income, assets, and all that they want to consider. So, if you cannot just apply for this scholarship just because you want a scholarship, you have to be really needy. And there are different parameters on which the universities decide that, yes, the student is in need of scholarships. And there are also cases like students have initially, they have gone and with family funds or whatever, they have gone there, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, family has not been enough in the subsequent semester fees and all during that time. If they have faced some unforeseen circumstances and family has not been able to, the family is unable to support, they have approached the university authorities and have explained their scenario, what is this actual scene, and they have earned need-based scholarship. But again, why would a university give you this? Because they have seen some merit in your profile. They want you to complete your education. Now, if you are flunking in papers, if you are not regular in your attendance, or you haven't been very regular with your classroom assignments, then you cannot just beg for any kind of these kind of scholarships, even if you have fallen into some unforeseen, hard times while pursuing your studies. All right. And then you have the test scholarships. You are aware, most of you should be aware that all these countries that you are thinking of applying to, there are some test criteria. So the English test is, of course, a must. It could be IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson's test of English. These are some certain exams which test your English proficiency, because all said and done, you are not from a English speaking country. So this is this is something you have to write, when you are before or while applying for your to these universities abroad, right? But we have seen a lot of students, ma'am, we have heard in UK, you can get an offer without, okay, there are some universities which do not require your English test score if you have scored well in your high school in English as a subject. Fine, we are not denying that. But at the same time, you can apply and you can get a seat also, but then do not expect a scholarship in that case. And for USA, and even for Canada, there are mostly a lot of schools which need GRE or GMAT for business programs, and you don't want to take these exams, right? These exams are also one of the parameters when they are doing a holistic review of your profile, right? Let's say you haven't scored very high in your academics, you just scored a 65 or 70%. But we have seen even such students scoring very high in their GRE and GMAT because probably their aptitude skills are much better. Okay, so they are more geared to write these kind of exams and score well. And those students, so we have seen like such students scoring even, let's say in a GRE 320, 330 kind of scores. And definitely they can also qualify for scholarships. So it is not that I should get a 90% in my academics, only then I am eligible for a scholarship. No, this is not the case. You have to work on your overall profile. So these are certain scholarships. And another thing I just want to highlight is at the undergraduate level, there are different types of scholarships, particularly offered by American universities. So some of these, because the programs are, a bachelor's program is for 4 years, and the universities also want to offer you scholarships as much as possible, to take the load of your financial burden. And that's the reason why there are various kinds of scholarships that you can avail as an undergrad student, right? And alumni funding is always there for these universities. So there are different scholarships named after the alumni who have donated money to their alma mater. So those scholarships are named after them, and you can be eligible for those scholarships also once you are already there. Okay. Now moving forward, just a quick run through the factors affecting scholarships. I think some I already discussed. Overall, I'll just start with the personal factors first. So overall profile, as I said, overall profile, academics, work experience, community work, projects, and research. So work experience, okay. Now, it's not that, all of you have to go through work experience to bag a scholarship. No, if you do not have work experience, but you have some research experience to your credit, and you've done a lot of social work, community work, and you're fairly good in academics, even you're good enough, okay? Profile is good enough to try for a scholarship, okay? Then coming to external factors. Now, there are 4 primarily. So demographic background. So, when I talk of demography, so it's not just pertaining to students from India. So there are universities, different kinds of external scholarships also, which favor students from countries, the developing countries or the underdeveloped countries, okay? Like you might see in a country like US particularly, you will see a lot of students from Africa are studying in your university on full scholarship, okay? From the African countries primarily, because this is a way of encouraging them to come and study, right? So demography matters here. Income group, as I said, for the particularly when you the need-based scholarship, when you're applying for that, they want to see what is the family income. So if let's say if your family income is about 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs per annum, your chances of qualifying for those scholarships is not very high. And for external scholarships, income matters. Secondly, there are other factors also that they take into consideration. And plus, you can apply for those scholarships only after you have received an offer letter. Clear? Then choice of intake again is very important. So like for Canada, US, and UK, the fall intake, or in certain countries, it's called the September or October intake. Those are the months which is called termed as fall intake in USA. In Canada, it's called the September intake. Even in UK, it's September, October is actually the fall intake. So this is and in Australia, it is majorly the July, which is, these are the largest intakes in these countries. And a lot of funding, the distribution of funds to universities and departments actually happens just before the fall intake. So chances of getting a scholarship during the fall is high, but you also have to take into consideration the competition, because more number of students apply for the fall intake, right? Compared to the spring or the January or the summer intakes. And the spring and the summer intakes, what happens, maybe your program may not be offered at that particular time in your choice of university. So there are certain limitations. However, some universities ensure that students going in spring also are getting the scholarships, because their primary motive is to encourage students, and they give scholarships upfront. So if you are found eligible for admission, then you are qualifying for a, let's say, a $3,000 or a $5,000 scholarship, irrespective of the intake. But as I said, fall is a bigger intake. There are different kinds of, all programs are available during that intake in any of the countries that you are planning to apply. So different kinds of scholarships are also there for the asking. And you must keep competition in mind. Please understand you are competing with students across the globe. Okay, these are countries which have, countries like US, Canada, Australia, UK, Germany. They attract students from all over the world because of their quality of education, because of the opportunities post studies, because of the global experience that they can offer you, which eventually helps you in your future career aspirations. So please keep the competition also in mind, because there are thousands of other students like you, or even better than you, with whom you are competing. Okay, so that is something you have to keep in mind. Okay, now, so these are certain, this is just a flowchart that helps you understand the right kind of scholarship, which type of scholarship can you apply for, and what are the parameters or that you need to fulfill to apply for this particular kind of scholarship. And this is something all students do, the university offered scholarships. Universities offer different kinds of scholarships, which you should research and try to understand where are you fitting in. Okay, and there are certain universities for which you do not have to fill up a different form for scholarship. It is understood that once your application, your regular application is reviewed and assessed, so the call is taken then and there whether you are eligible for the scholarship amount or not. Okay, and then you can also look for some private scholarships, or as I said, there are a lot of external sources of scholarships, like Fulbright scholarships, global merit scholarships. Then you have INLAC, Shiv Dasani Foundation. Then a country like Australia, government scholarships are very popular, but for that you should be already studying in Australia to be eligible to apply for those scholarships. You have AusAid scholarships, you have Endeavour scholarships, and universities help you actually apply to those scholarships. Okay, so a thorough research is very important. Get the right kind of information, and okay, and this is where even we also come into the picture as a consultancy to help you understand what are your chances. Okay, yeah. So where do we help you? These are certain areas where we try to help you or advise you, give you your suggestions. One, academics, that's of course very important. Skills for a particular program that you have chosen. What are the skills that you need to have? Okay. For example, you are going for a course like data science. So you should be strong in maths and statistics. You should have a background in statistics. You should have done skilled in Python, Java, and there are certain other tools also. So that is called skills. And then, yeah, your persona. So here also, this is also very important, especially for the undergrad students, how do you build up your profile? So personality is actually an amalgamation of a lot of factors. So your communication skills, your academic skills, your orientation towards social work, your how adept you are in or how smart you are in using various platforms of social media, and how good you are at networking. So all that actually builds up your persona, which is very, very important, and which of course includes your experience also. Your experience could be in terms of work experience, internship experience, research experience. All right. And yeah, now when I was talking about social media, LinkedIn is also one of the platforms where if you're a little active, you get to know of different aspects regarding your study abroad. Okay. Extracurricular activities again. Please, there's a tendency amongst Indian students, the moment they come into college, they think we should just focus on studies, give up whatever we were interested in, and focus on studies. No, that should not be the criteria. Please focus on your extracurriculars. Okay? If you're good in sports, if you're good in dance, music, public speaking skills, please continue with your passion. If you are performing at a inter-college level, in university level, or state level, district level, if you're a performer, or even in nationals, these are all great value additions to your profile, overall profile. All right. And social cause, of course, I said, please do some social work, social activities. There are now a lot of NGOs and a lot of organizations which want to rope in students actually, and help and help in different social causes. All right. Yeah. And, one of the very important factor when you are applying for a scholarship, whether it is a university scholarship or an external scholarship, you have to write an essay. So in that essay, it's what are the things that you should keep in mind when you are writing an essay. So first and foremost, you should investigate, or understand thoroughly what are the what I should write in this essay. What is the question that is being asked? So your story, you have to write. It is actually, an essay is nothing but your story, right? So how unique can you be in your story? What are the unique things that you have experienced during your over a period of time, so try to present something unique in your essay, and inculcate the habit of reading as much as possible, which gives you different insights, or whatever you can put in your essay, which will make an essay more impactful. And always try to answer to the point, and use some references if you can. Some relevant references also matter. And as I said, extracurricular activities are very, very important. You can highlight, to show that you are unique or you are a little different from the others, you have to highlight something beyond academics also, isn't it? So that's why do not give up your extracurricular activities. Whatever you are good at, please continue doing that. And so that you get that chance to highlight these also in your essay. And stay positive. So whether you are applying when you are applying for the university overseas, be positive, put in your best effort, follow all the guidelines, the rules, as you are being advised by your consultant or otherwise, and stay positive that yes, I think I have done the best that I could do to make my application strong. So I should be getting a positive decision. So stay positive. That's very important, not only for applying an application, but even in your daily life, it's very important to stay positive, stay optimistic. All right. iSchoolConnect also has run some scholarship campaigns in the past, and we hope to continue doing it. And students have won scholarships worth up to 150,000 US dollars. And this is our website link, which you can make a note of. So people, students for the last intake, there are a lot of students who have qualified for various scholarships, and which could include even free flight tickets to your study destination. And sometimes at the initial level itself, we decide to give free essential plan as a package to our students if we feel the student is really a deserving student. Free consultation services anyway we offer. Okay, so and there are different scholarships that iSchoolConnect is offering, and I would like you to explore, to go to this link, that is iSchoolConnect.com/scholarship/. So just explore our opportunities, because we, as an organization, we believe in promoting education, overseas education very seriously, and we want deserving students to get something from us also, which will be, which does factor in their overall expenses. Okay, so you can just see a picture. I'm just proud to share pictures of some of the students who have qualified for different kinds of scholarships with the help of iSchoolConnect. Okay, these are some of the lucky winners. So they have, you can see they are from universities in US, and even from London Business School, from Queen's University. These are some of our lucky scholarship winners. And so I'm sure this should motivate you to try and give it a shot from your end also. Okay, so I come to the end of my presentation now, and I will also be happily taking questions from you. But before that, I will quickly walk you through our iSchoolConnect portal, so that you understand the services, the various services that we provide on our platform. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing my screen, and I'll take you to our iSchoolConnect portal quickly. Give me a second. Okay. Sorry. Stop. Yes, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Yeah, so iSchoolConnect, as you all are aware, is a US-based edtech company. So this is our platform, our AI-driven platform, on which we offer all our services to students. So I'll quickly just run you through this portal. So when you visit our website, and you have an option of registering, and you will get a login details to the portal. So once you log in, first and foremost, go to profile and just update your profile here. So you can update your personal details, your education details, as well as your experience if you have, your test scores. So this is where you need to update all your details. So next, moving on to browse courses. You have an option of browsing various universities for the program that you have chosen. Okay, for example, if you want to, by default, you can see here, Howard University Psychology Program, right? Now, how do you get to browse? So just type your program here, let's say computer science or psychology or whatever, okay, biology, whatever subject you want to explore. These are the various filters on the left-hand side. You have the country filter here. So please choose your desired country, and discipline is also there. Level of education, whether you're going for master's or bachelor's, please select from here. And if you have a particular budget in mind, the tuition fee option is also there. So these are the filters you can apply, and then you get the universities of as per your options that you want, right? Now, when you are, like, for example, here you can see Stanford University Engineering Physics Bachelor's, right? So you can click on this program. It takes you to the university website, and you can do your research as far as the curriculum is concerned, the various admission criteria, tuition fees, all that you can explore. And let's say you like this particular option, you can click on add to favorites, right? So when you click on add to favorites, this university will reflect in the dashboard under my favorites. So your mentor understands, okay, so this is one of the university that you are keen to apply to. For example, this particular student, I'm showing a particular student's account to you now. He has chosen certain universities like University of Colorado, Boulder, Southern California. These are some of his options. Even Stanford he has selected, okay? So, and then when the time comes for application, your mentor will will shortlist, will finalize the 6 or 10 universities that depending on the plan on which you register with us, and it is moved to my applications. Okay, so now your universities will reflect here. Then all your, and of course, this is also a tab recommendations where the mentor, having understood your profile, is going to suggest options to you under the dream category, under reach, and under safe category for any country that you are looking at, okay? This is where we collect all your documents. Clear? Now you can see this box on the left-hand side, document type. So here you have different, we need your resume. Passport, of course, is the most important document that you need to have to apply to any country abroad. Then work experience letter if you have, or internship letter, whatever you can share with us. Secondary school transcripts, very important for bachelor's students applying for undergrad programs. University transcripts required for students applying for master's programs. Extracurricular certificates, please share whatever extracurricular certificates you have, whether online certification courses or any other extracurricular activities that you are involved in, please share the certificates with us. Letters of recommendation, again, are very important, which you need to take from your teachers or professors who have taught you. Or if you have been working for some time, you can also take one letter of recommendation from your workplace. And statement of purpose or essay. I was just discussing in one of the slides about essay. So, or statement of purpose. This is a very important part of your application profile. So here what we do, for LORs, SOP, essays, we have an editing team. We have a team of editors who are going to review your the draft that you prepare and share with us. And also for SOP in particular, I would like to explain to you, we have a very advanced tool through which we can help you analyze your SOP. For example, this is the university you have chosen. You can see this tool, Analyze SOP Essay. So this is where you will add a title to your SOP and you get this option. So when you click on this, you get a box, statement of purpose, copy paste the draft, and then click on Analyze. Here you will get the analysis of your SOP. So these are the various parameters on which the content of your SOP or essay has been given. And if you see these red dots, for example, future post goals, you have not explained enough. That's why you're getting a red dot. So this gives you an idea that you need to rework on the SOP. And after that, of course, it goes to the editor for a final review, on the basis of which you can fine tune your SOP and use it for the application purpose. All right. So I hope I'm clear to you on this, right? Okay. Now, moving on to, okay, one second. I'm just stuck here, one second. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, these are certain services that iSchoolConnect provides. These are our partner companies. For example, you can see here this company, Incred. Then you have Prodigy Finance and a few other companies with whom who are our partners, and we help students connect to them for education loans. And again, these are like eShip Global. This is for sending any documents by courier to the university, Skyscanner for booking your flight tickets at with flexible options. For accommodation, yes, we have an understanding with four-stay accommodation, and also Amber. These are various companies through which we can help you finalize your accommodations even before you travel. And we also have test prep services for GRE, for IELTS and TOEFL. We have our in-house training facilities, and for GMAT and SAT at the moment, we can connect you to our partner Magush for the training purpose. All right. And then last but not the least, we also provide interview training facilities to students. You must be aware, like for a country like US, your visa completely depends on a consulate interview. So we have a dedicated visa team, which is going to guide you through all the visa formalities. And there is a VI interview tool also through which you can practice and see where you stand. For example, you will, once you practice in that tool, you will get a report like this as to the areas where you need to focus on and concentrate. Okay. And as a team, we are also going to help you on this. So let's say you get a score of 7.1 after practicing there are different questions and on the tool on which you have to practice, and you get a score like this. So this is 7.1 is actually a measure of your various behavioral traits, your confidence level, your focus, your energy, your composure. On these parameters, you are being measured, and you will be guided as to where you need to rework, and we will ensure that you are completely prepared for the visa interview. And even for admission interview, like for example, the top business schools for their MBA admissions, a decision is given only on the basis after reviewing your application. You have to go through an interview round with the faculty based on which you will be getting your decision. And a country like UK, university conducts an interview before issuing you the CAS letter. So we do prepare you for all those interviews. All right. Okay, so now I come to the end of my presentation, my demonstration of the iSchoolConnect portal. So in case you guys have any questions on this, please feel free to ask. And otherwise also, now I'm going to answer all your questions now. Okay. All right, so I'll just stop sharing my screen, and I'll start with the Q&A section first. So let's see if I can find any questions here. Okay, so there is one question. So if I score 1550 plus in SAT, will that add a weight on me for scholarship? And I'm also a cybersecurity passionate, and I have competed in many competitions also, and I won certificates too. Yes, Sabyasachi, you are a very good candidate. If you have already scored 1550 in SAT and you have these other achievements also to your credit, definitely you are a good candidate for scholarship, no doubt about it. All right. Then let me go to the chat section, and I can see a lot of questions. Okay, Yusuf, I think I have answered all your question regarding how to get a scholarship in my initial presentation. And I hope, okay, Sabyasachi also, you're looking at USA. Australia. Okay, I'm mostly seeing the country preferences. Okay. Now I have somebody from Tunisia and not from India. You are okay. So you want to know whether you are eligible for a scholarship or not? Yes, of course. Why not? If you are fulfilling all the parameters that we discussed, see, these are countries which are accepting students from all over the world. So my presentation today was not just meant for Indian students, it's for students all over. Okay, because I think if you remember, I discussed about some external scholarships also, like Fulbright scholarships. They are very much encouraging towards students from countries like Tunisia and other African countries. So you should be actually, if your profile is good in terms of academics and the other parameters that we discussed, you can always apply for university scholarships as well as the external scholarships also. Yeah, but keep in mind they are highly competitive also. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Nitin says you want scholarship. So Nitin, I think I have discussed with you the different parameters for scholarship. And once you enroll with the iSchoolConnect, and your mentor will give you even further insights into how to take you through this process. Okay.
Supriya, I think the recent chats, right, from Mahmoud Arif and Sarah Minza, we can take those questions up.
Yeah, I'm coming down.
Before
I'm
that,
coming
yeah.
down. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question from someone, Christopher from Nigeria. I intend to study in USA. Yes, Christopher. I've already discussed the parameters of scholarship. You are also eligible as long as you fulfill the terms and conditions. Okay. Then we have someone asking, need a scholarship from, I intend to study in UP. What is that, UP? Can you please elaborate? I don't understand what is UP. Okay, need a scholarship to study at USA. Then I really need a scholarship. Okay, so what I'm seeing is you are just saying that you want to, okay, I'm from Benin and I speak French. Okay. You have to tell us where exactly you are now, where are you studying, and which country you want to apply to. And see, if you speak French, if you are a French national, your country definitely will have a lot of universities can offer you scholarships. But if you are looking at an English speaking country, first and foremost requirement is you need to know English, and you have to clear one of the English proficiency tests like IELTS or TOEFL or PTE as per the country's requirement. Okay, Nitin, you really need a scholarship. You need to get in touch with iSchoolConnect, and maybe Pooja can share in the chat box our different. So Pooja, I think you can share with them, right?
Yeah. Not a problem. Yeah. Definitely.
Our numbers and all the email ID and all. Please get in touch. Okay. Okay, now I come to some questions. What about someone from a non-English speaking country? Yeah. So from a non-English speaking country, if you are trying to go to an English speaking country, as I said, first and foremost, you should have a minimum level of understanding as well as writing skills and communication skills in English, and clear the English proficiency test. Okay. Can I get the link for iSchoolConnect scholarships? Okay, I think Pooja can share it on the chat box, right?
Yes. So yeah, Supriya, you may go on. I'll just let them know at the end of the session.
Yeah, sure. Do I need any money to your help? Okay, so this will be regarding, we are now discussing just scholarships. Regarding money for our help, I'm not getting your question right. So please get in touch with iSchoolConnect, and somebody will definitely clear your doubts. Okay, Australia, I need. Okay. So if you're looking at Australia, yes, Australian universities are very good at giving scholarships again. The range is 10 to 50% of your tuition fees. Again, depending on your academic percentage and on your English proficiency score, that is IELTS is what they largely accept, because IELTS is also a requirement for the visa. So please write your IELTS exam. Let's see what kind of score you are getting. Anything above 6.5 and a decent percentage, you will get some amount of scholarship. But as you know, it is decided primarily on the basis of your academic score and the English exam score. Okay. I need an assistantship for library science master's degree in USA. Yes, we can definitely help you for this program in USA. And assistantship is something different from scholarship. Scholarships are largely tuition discounts. Okay. Assistantship is like graduate assistantships or research assistantships, which are primarily decided by your faculty. Okay. And they are, you can avail and these kind of assistantships once you are already in the university, because you can apply for it once you're there. And the professors, it also depends on your rapport with the professors. If they see the potential in you, and they definitely would take you under them and engage you as a research assistant or as a graduate assistant, and they pay you a stipend, okay, which could be some amount directly cash, I mean directly money in your account, or probably pay up for a couple of your courses. Okay, the tuition fee for a couple of your courses. There is, okay, Sarah, I have an admission but don't have a scholarship. Can you please help me? So, Sarah, if you are already an iSchoolConnect student, you need to understand with your mentor how to go about for the scholarship option. Okay. So whether there is a separate form that you need to fill, or your university has given you an admission and has not, what is the reason why they have not considered you for a scholarship? For all of these, you have to get in touch with your mentor. Okay. And if you are not an iSchoolConnect student, then you please get in touch with us. We will guide you on this. I will tell you one thing, I'll make it very clear to you. I said US is the most scholarship friendly country, but at the same time, not every university offers you a scholarship upfront. Once you are there, based on your performance in the, let's say you have, if you have got an admit letter without any offer of scholarship, the reason could be, you still have to work on your profile, for which, once you are already there and you perform well in the first semester or first 2 semesters, definitely you will be offered some amount of scholarship. Okay. However, countries like UK and Australia, New Zealand and all, what they do is, they do offer some amount of, even if it is a 10% discount of your scholarship from your tuition fees, they do offer you something upfront. Okay. So that's a primary difference. Okay. What does iSchoolConnect charge for all the facilities? Sabyasachi, if you are really keen, please connect with us, and the concerned person will reach out to you and guide you about the charges and different plans that we have. Okay. What will qualify you to take the exam? Okay. Which exam? Can you just specify? Is it one of the English speaking, the English proficiency test you are talking about? So see, if you are looking for a bachelor's program, you should have completed your high school, or you would be pursuing your 12th. So that is when you start writing these exams and start your application process. Okay. If you are looking at a master's program, so you start the entire process when you are in your final year of your bachelor's program in India or from whichever country you are from. And that's the time when you have to write these exams to qualify and start your application process also. What should one opt for, bachelor's and master's in foreign country, or bachelor's in, what should one opt for? I think that's what it meant. Or bachelor's in home country and master's in foreign country, which is better for the future. See, this is a very personal call that you need to take based on a lot of factors. But primarily, you should understand the advantages of studying abroad. It is not just getting a degree from that particular country. The countries that we discussed just now have lots to offer post your studies. So the work opportunities, the career, the global experience, which helps you in your networking and subsequent future aspirations. You have you build up a global network by studying abroad, right? And the salaries that you earn in countries like US, Australia, UK, Canada, the kind of startup salaries that you can earn, it's very difficult to think of earning as a fresher, when you start off in your country, let's say India also, there's a huge difference. So salary is also a factor that you take into consideration, because the return on investment is what you need to consider. So when you earn a high salary, even if you have taken a loan and invested in your study abroad, so you can pay back the loan and then you can lead a comfortable life with the kind of salaries that you earn. Okay, and the experience that you carry, the global experience, the work experience tomorrow, if you have to come back to your country also, it should not be a problem for you to get a job, because you are not only carrying the education degree from a great country, but you are also coming back with some work experience. Okay. Now, there's a question, do I need to pay you for your SOP and CV writing services? It's an overall plan, package, which again, I told you, please get in touch with iSchoolConnect. The concerned person will guide you on this process. Okay. Spring 2023 application for universities available now. Yeah, we are actually reaching, in fact, I would say we are nearing the end, because by November 1st, completely, I mean, the whatever few universities which are left, it'll be mostly done. They'll be mostly done. Okay. So if you're ready with scores and all your documents and everything is ready, then you can quickly apply for some universities even now. Okay. Okay. So is it necessary to take STEM course for masters in USA? See, you can, first of all, you have to understand what is STEM. So STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So if you are from a humanities background, let's say you have majored in history, you have done a bachelor's in history. So in that case, you cannot do a STEM masters in USA because you're not eligible. As simple as that. Yes, US gives more importance to students pursuing STEM programs because they need those students. The industry needs them. Okay. Because that's why they get that added privilege of 1 year OPT and another 2 years extension. So 3 years they are allowed to work on their student visa. So the demand for STEM students is huge in USA. But at the same time, you should be eligible to take a STEM course in USA. Clear? Can someone change again the country of choice? Because I want to put in now for Australia for the study. Of course, if you haven't started your application process, and if you find now Australia is more interesting than the country that you had chosen earlier, definitely you can go for it. And if you have already, and even if you have started a few applications, let's say for Canada, and now you want to apply for Australia, yes, the options are still available. Okay. How can one from an English-speaking country gain a scholarship to study in USA without English proficiency tests? As I told you, it's asking for too much. First of all, you are not ready to write an English test and you still want a scholarship. And see, why do you think these countries want you to qualify in these tests? Because they also have to understand what is your level of English. Okay. English. Okay, you are, sorry, I think you are already one from an English-speaking country gain a scholarship to study. Okay, if you are already from an English-speaking country, like let's say you have studied in UK and Australia earlier, and now you want to apply to USA, you will be eligible for scholarship. Okay, is PT accepted in Australia for master's program? Very few universities. I would advise anybody looking for Australia, UK, New Zealand, Germany, and even the other European countries, please write IELTS, and Canada, please write IELTS because it's more widely accepted, not only by the universities, but also for visa. Okay. Okay. So do we have any other questions?
Yes, Supriya. So I think we've come to the end of the webinar. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Hope you had a great session with Supriya. Supriya, thank you so much for handling the Q&A so nicely. And it was a wonderful session, I felt. Yeah.
Yeah, my pleasure. And I would like to thank each one of you for attending the session and making it so interactive. I hope I have been able to sort out all your queries and hoping to have more interactions with you in the future. So have a nice weekend and good night.